Boom! All right. Kenman here. Today we have a very fun unboxing. I'm excited about this one. We're not going to waste any time. We're just going to get right into it. Cut this thing open and find out what we got. Woo! We have a whole array of exciting stuff from Knafs. Sweet mercy. This was the biggest one yet. The Lander 5 was wild. Want to screenshot that? You can read the rest. Thanks from Ben and Athena Petersen from Knafs. Very cool stuff. I backed the Lander 5 Kickstarter and they have arrived. Here it is, the little care package. They always throw in a nice little mint, which is great. Nice Knafs sticker. And then I also got the coin. Let's take this out, take a look at it quick here. Little limited edition coin. They make some coins for some of their releases and stuff. So check it out. Knafs 2025 Lander 5 Kickstarter backer. That is me. It's got the lawnmower on there. Boom. Save that for later. Cool. Thank you, Knafs, for the extra little mint and the sticker. That's great. I love the coin. And we have the knives. The Lander 5 has landed. Let's get into it. I had to get one of each. So, Knafs, Lander 5, black stonewash, gray stonewash. Let's open these up, check them out, do a little compare contrast. Who else got on the Lander 5 Kickstarter? I've actually backed a few Kickstarters from Knafs so far, and always glad to. There's another one, the Old College Try, that'll be coming out next year. I'm excited for that. Little button lock action. Okay, inside both, we have big footprints. Knife maintenance. I'm going to read that later. Clean, sharpen, oil. We've got the expanded kind of blown up spec images. That's very cool. Tells you all the screws and everything. Warranty. I like that. Good insert. I got two of these. I'm going to keep one and use one for a giveaway. I do some giveaways occasionally, so stay tuned for that. Boxes on the floor, and we've got it. A couple of Lander 5s. We're just going to get them both out. They should be exactly the same other than the color. Mini bags. On the floor today, we're looking at two new Knafs Lander 5s. Boom, boom. There they are. Woo! Check them out. Fantastic looking stuff. What a great little mini design. So Ben was trying something a little different, looking for a more budget-friendly knife. Get away from all the excess, the nonsense, the extra, the stuff. Just get a nice basic knife, something that's good, a little starter, something in a bag, something for a kid to get introed into the knife world. Ah, this is great. Lander 5s. Check them out. All right, let's break it down. The Lander 5 pocket knife. We have the gray stonewash and the black stonewash. We're looking at stainless steel handles. Both of them have a frame lock on there. And 8CR14 MOV on the blade steel. I'm going to go ahead and set that black one down for now. We'll just look at this one for a moment. So the clip can be swapped to the other side. Little tab on there, so you can swap that out for the other one, which is great. That frame lock on there. Thumb stud, or not thumb stud, thumb hole. Nice easy thumb out. Can I flick it out? There we go. I did. Kind of hard to do a flick out with a frame lock on the left hand. But you just saw, if I get kind of on the clip the right way, I am able to flick it out. There you go. That's nice. Little forward choke up section. I don't know if you call that like a sort of a forward choil, but it's also, there's a sharpening choil right here. So they are separate from each other. So you can get in there and still have that little comfort space. Grab onto here. It's a smaller knife, but with that choke up, my larger hand, there's still a little bit of a handle sticking out the back. Thumb goes all the way to the end. It's a small knife for sure, but this is great for a little backpack pocket, fifth pocket carry. Nice set of jimps on there. Rounded spine on the top with those jimps. They're in a good spot. If I sit here like this, Thumb sits on them really nice. I like a ton of jimps. It could always go out further, but I say that with every knife. That kind of a pinch, kind of controlled, careful, controlled kind of a grip. I like a clean area. We're going to put that black one over here for a moment. Easy kind of draw cuts. This is a good little simple user. Let's see if we can make it. Yep, definitely small enough. It hides right behind my hand right there. So, Knafs Lander 5. Can I flick it the right hand? It's a little bit harder to get into the hole on that side. You can see actually the lock through there. So the access on that side is a little less than on the other. This is not made to be like a fidgety knife. It was made to be a user, maybe a little bit safer with a less loose kind of a blade. So like the youth of today can kind of get comfortable, get familiar without having too much of a, I don't know. It's great. I'm digging this. Really great one for the backpacks is what I'm thinking. And just that secondary carry. I've always carried 2, if not 3 knives. My main will be a larger size like that drop bear I did for the opening the box. But having one of these smaller ones as a secondary carry, or having one that if you have someone, you know, maybe you carry nice knives. You know, I carry a pretty nice knife here and there, and I know some people that'll be like, hey, let me borrow your knife, and I don't want to hand them my nice knife. I'm worried they might do something, damage it or whatever, and this might be a good one that you can now carry and then say, hey, you know, a little bit smaller, easier to manage. Here, you can use this one. I dig it though. This is great. Good job to Knafs and Ben with this design. So, blade is solid. No play. Centered nicely. Let's check that detent. It's pretty solid because it's the blade basically doesn't really swing. Wherever you stop it, it kind of sits right there. It's probably on washers. Maybe put some nice bearings in there. Try to. Do they make skiffs for this? Can we skiff this? Boom. I can flick it out with my left. Let's check out the right. Or I mean the right, the black one. So, same thing. Blade is solid. No movement or play. In the center nicely. Can't quite. This one feels a little bit stiffer. Oop, almost got that one. Again, not designed for being fidgety crazy like that. They're kind of made for that easy kind of a rollout, which works really well. I get in here with the right thumb or the left. No problem. Easy out one-handed. Easy close with that one. I like the way the black wash looks for sure. And the clip swap is nice, so the lefty's got that love. Definitely a compact size. What's your favorite size knife? Let's discuss in the comments. I dig it. I think this is a fun little shape and design. I have a bunch of the Landers. We can grab them and kind of do a compare in a second here. But we have 2 new Lander 5s. All right, what am I doing? How do I pay attention? Do I dual wield this? What am I missing here? Captive pivot is always nice. I like that hole on the cutout. Fun little design. The choke up spot is great. I like the attention to the little details. The sharpening choil. It says Knafs on that side. We have what is up guys logo right there. And then Lander 5. I don't know if you can read that. And then the 8CR 14 MOV. Really good on the branding on this. It doesn't stick out too much. Just nice and clean and simple. I dig that. What does everyone think about this design? Which one would you get? The gray, the black? I have both of them. Should we do a swap? We could do a reverse tuxedo and kind of swap out the hardware on these two. Who would like to see that? Tell me in the comments below. A, which one would you get? B, would you do a swap since I got both of them? I am going to be using one for a giveaway. If you were to win, would you want this one, black with a silver blade, or black blade with a silver handle? A lot of options, a lot of potential. Maybe I'll leave them like this and find out from everyone what they're interested in, and then maybe have it all there. And then when we do the giveaway, I can just let someone decide, and then we can make the swap. But I kind of want to swap them now and find out what it looks like, right? Cool stuff. Okay. Again, I'm going to just set the black one off to the side. They're the same, so we'll do the measurements with this here. Oh, wait. Totally missed. Perfect. 5 3/4, smaller size, no doubt. 2 1/8 on that blade. Even at an angle, it's almost maybe 2 1/4. Definitely a smaller knife. Maybe you work somewhere where you're only allowed to have a certain size. This might work good for you. And 1 7/8 on the cutting surface with a slight curve on the belly. And 3 1/8, a little bit more than 3 1/8, close to 3 1/4 on that handle. For being as small as it is with the choke up, zoom back out here, it still feels good in the hand. So I like it. I like it a lot. 0.1. Looking at 0.1 on the blade, carries out to there, got a little relief cut on the top, and then just the grind. Tip is in a nice, good spot for just getting in, doing that work. This is just going to be a really good user for sure. 0.36. So narrowest spot there, 0.66, the widest at the back, 0.81, and the thickest part of the blade, 0.85. The flashing battery that will not die still lives on. All right. 2.74. Excellent. We have the Drop Bear Compare brought to you by Kizer, 3.29. So, Knafs Lander 5, 2.74. Knafs Lander 6.39. We have the Knafs Lander 1, 2.18. And, I almost forgot to grab it. We have the Knafs, I suppose I can open them up later. The Lander 2 at 2.9. So we've got a little bit of the Lander family here. We'll do a little comparison. The most unique of the Landers, well, maybe, of the folders, 2.74 on that Lander 5. All right, boom. So there's the Lander 5. We have the Drop Bear Compare, brought to you by Kizer. Drop Bear is a great no-nonsense user, fidget-friendly, fun action, tons of jimps like I was talking about here. Same size as your bug outs, your pyrites. Good user, not quite full size. Definitely beats this Lander 5. Lander 5 is more of a small, or what size would they call this? More small size for easy carry, fits in pockets and in bags really well. All right, check out that Lander 5, the Drop Bear from Kizer. All right, it all started off with the Lander 1 that I just failed. So Lander 1 is great. They offer all the files for the scales. So like these scales, I printed them on my resin printer myself. Added the nice little yellow with that checkerboard. This is the Lander 1. Also a smaller knife, but looks a little big compared to that 5, right? All right, we're going to set that right up there for a moment. We have the Lander 2. Lander 2 added the crossbar lock. This is the clutch lock by Kizer. So this is the same lock system as on the Drop Bear. You can see it's probably the best type of a crossbar lock in the game. Lander 2 is fantastic. Same modeling where it's got the same info on there as the others. This one's S35VN. And you can also print the scales for this. We're going to go like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then we have the Lander 6. So the Lander 5 was a Kickstarter. The 6 came out while that Kickstarter was going on. So a higher number in the Lander series. Definitely a small, fun one. Right? So these are the Landers that I have. I got a 1, a 2, a 5, and a 6. Where's the 3 and the 4, Kenman? Yeah, I know, right? I should probably get me a 3 and a 4 one of these days. I enjoy them. They're fun. I think Knafs is a great company. They make some really cool stuff. Fun designs. They've been getting into different things. A lot of these, as you can tell, have a very similar shape on the blade, on the handle. Even the 6, very similar to those, except for it does have the back lock on there. And the 5 is kind of their first kind of innovation into a different style. The old college try, OCT, is going to be coming out soon. That's going to be a button lock, so that one's also a different kind of a design. So some cool stuff happening with Knafs. I dig it. All right, let's do a little paper cut test. We'll test them both. Check them out, see if one of them might be better than another. Sometimes, there's a little bit of a variety. I am noticing the action on the gray one is just a little bit smoother. The black one's just a little bit more stiff. Not bad, though. Okay, so 8CR, 14 MOV right out of the box here. Yeah. I can dig that. Can you? Oh, that was my bad. As you can see, cuts through this paper quite well. Definitely feel just a little bit of resistance. Definitely give it an 8, 8.5. Oh, this one feels sharper. The black one feels stiffer, but that is not the knife. That is me. This definitely has a nicer edge to it. 8, 8.5 all day long. Good cutting. I can dig that. Can you? Okay. We've done it. We're there. 17 minutes. We're really talking Knafs today. Okay. Very happy with the Lander 5. These are cool. Check them out. They are available on their website along with many other really cool knives. Fixed blades. A lot of great stuff going on over there. I give them my love. I will continue to support them. I have a Knafs burrito hanging on the wall. You can see on the live streams. Yeah, good time with the channel. Thanks again to Knafs for the sticker and the mint and that really cool Knafs coin. Anybody else get on one of these? Comment below. What is your favorite Knafs? What's your favorite Lander? I'm going to have this mint right now. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.